folks. Welcome to the Bee Connection. Glad to have everybody with us tonight. And I'm sure we'll have a few more pop on as things go along. Let's see. Got Matt said he was with Mark Miller right now. They're at a dinner. So I hope they're enjoying their meal. They'll pop in just a little bit. And Tom and Melissa, they also said they'd pop in a little bit later on. So, and I haven't heard from JW. He always sneaks in a little bit later, as always. So, anyway, somebody has to have attention right in the middle of the video. All right. So, all right, let's talk about honeybees. So far, and like I said last week, we had a flow going on in our area. Very unusual for us to have one in August. Usually it's a dearth, never a flow. I did talk to Mr. Keith Spillman, Honeyman, and I think I will pull that honey off probably on Sunday or Monday if I get time. And the reason I want to pull it is our goldenrod here is about to bloom. We was down in Jayce's area and really didn't see goldenrod blooming down in that area, and not even at Keith's house did we see it blooming. Nope. It is definitely about to pop, and I'll show you some video or some pictures here in just a second, so you can see what's going on up here. But we've just had so much rain. So, but my hives still trying to get some colonies boosted up. Got some sugar water on them today, and hopefully that will take care of them. Still doing a lot of raining. We had a little bit of rain from the hurricane, a big shower that popped up. But overall, temperatures are pretty much starting to cool down, and fall's about here. So anyway, what's going on in your neck of the woods there, Keith?
Yeah, it's been a pretty quiet week. Not quite as hot as it's been being, but it's been awfully muggy. Like you said, the goldenrod, I've got a lot of it around here. I've got just a little bit of it blooming, but most of it's still green. No sign of anything yet. We do have some of the what do they call it? Wing stem. Is that it?
Yeah,
wing stems got the little yellow flowers. We've got some of that blooming now, but the bees are bringing in quite a bit of pollen. So I don't know exactly where they're getting it from, but they were all wide open this morning, and I've been doing some inspections at some friends' houses, some of the folks that I'm helping this week, and their hives are looking good. A couple of them we got to take a look at in a couple of weeks and see what's going on. But overall, I was happy with what I saw there. Good strong hives, had a lot of food in them. Some of them had a little bit too much food in them. So even though they had pulled quite a bit of honey, they were still bringing some, might be like your neck of the woods, Ricky, might be still bringing some nectar in from somewhere.
Right.
You know, my hives, I've been feeding a little bit, and Rebecca, one of the ladies I'm helping, Jack had been feeding a little bit, but Rebecca hadn't fed any, one of the people that I'm helping. And there was a lot of nectar in her 4 hives. So, I don't know. Bees seem to find a way. We look around and can't see anything they'd be interested in, and yet hear pollen coming in the hive. So
right.
That's why they make honey and we don't, I guess.
That's right. That's for sure. So, well, I will jump down here to Jayce. And how are your bees doing, Jayce?
They're doing really good. They're bringing in a lot of pollen, and because I've been going out there and I'll just like watch them come in and out, and almost every worker bee is just coming in with pollen, a whole bunch of pollen. So they're doing good for now.
So if anybody doesn't know, we actually got to go down and visit with Jayce and had a very good visit with him. Big shout out to the vendors that helped him out, 21st Bees, Dayton, and Hilco. All had given him some equipment, some pollen patties. So they had definitely set this young man up. I actually did send Hilco a thank you message telling him we appreciate that, Jayce, that they helped you out, and that tickled those folks. Actually sent the video though that Keith Spillman has made. If anybody hasn't subscribed to Keith's channel, definitely go and check out the video with Jayce. I took a little bit of video, and I will say that part of it had my fingers in front of it. I tell you what, amateurs, man,
It happens.
Yeah. So, but anyway, we did take some video, and Keith was nice enough to put it up on his channel. So, but I will say I was very impressed with 21st Bees frames. They were absolutely wax thick. Is that not right, Keith? I mean,
Oh yeah,
very
they had a lot of wax on them.
Yeah,
that was the first time I'd held one in my hands. That's a heavy duty piece of equipment there.
No doubt. I mean, you could definitely knock out somebody with them frames. They are heavy and strong. So that was the setup we kind of went with. If you see it there, we put the 5 frames in there, and Keith was nice enough to bring down some sugar water, and we filled that colony up. So what did you think about the experience, Jayce? Did you enjoy yourself? Was that something different?
I did. I learned a lot, and I got a whole bunch of information, and it was just overall a really fun experience. Like I said, it felt like I was meeting celebrities for a minute. So, but yeah, it was good.
No, you were the celebrity here.
You are, yes, sir.
I'll be curious to see when you get into your hives this weekend. You were going to look and see if they were taking down the syrup. So make sure you let us know what's going on there. Hopefully, I'd like for you to look in there and it be empty. That would be awesome. So
I would, definitely.
If it's empty, I bet there'll be some wax on some of those frames. So that'd be great.
That would be very awesome. Yep. And if you're not seeing it and they're storing a lot of it, like Keith had mentioned, just dilute that down a little bit with some more water, and we'll get that closer to nectar, and maybe that will promote them to do some comb building. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So is that the most bees you've ever seen, Jayce? Have you seen?
Yeah, that is definitely the most bees I've ever had and probably seen.
That colony was about to pop. I was scared it was going to swarm on me. And it was good that I got it in that Pro Nuke, give it a little more space on the sides. So, I will say that is part of the line of bee that I'm trying to work on here in the mountains, that are more gentle. They're more Cardinalians, with a smaller brood for winter, and just some really pretty good demeanor. And I really want to try to work those into my line, and then later on maybe add something with more hygienics to it. But for the most part, I just need a bee that's going to get me through the winter right now. So
yeah, they were very well behaved. I mean, after we shook them up all the way for the ride down there, when we first opened it up, they wanted to get out, but they weren't attacking our veils or all over us or anything. They were just flying around like, where are we? So, but then that was just a few flying. The ones that were on the frames, they were just hanging out on the frames. Very, very calm. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. So did you, what was maybe the biggest thing you learned while we was down there, Jayce? Did you pick up anything from Keith there? You was doing really good picking those frames up and putting them in the box. You was really slow, methodical about what you was doing. But did you learn anything from the wise man over here?
I did. I learned a lot of little stuff, but also there were some other things, just how much I need to feed them, just when I need to feed them, how often I should check. Because I think I might have been checking my other hive a little too often, because I was checking them about once a week. So, but yeah, I learned a lot of stuff that was just, I guess, not little, but just things every now and then. But I learn a lot that's stored in my brain. So hopefully I'll be able to keep these bees and split them in the spring of next year or summer. But yeah, I did. I learned a lot.
Yeah, that's a sign of a true beekeeper when you can get your bees through winter. So,
Yep.
and
Yep.
Rodney, I'll be honest with you, I would rather not get over 50. I'm a little bit like you. Catch a few swarms maybe, and get up to that 50 mark, and maybe find some good genetics out in nature. That's my ideal there, brother. So,
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Jayce? How many colonies do you want?
I think I want to keep it kind of like hobby, not really commercial. So probably like 10 or less hives, if that's probably what I would want. But yeah, just enough to where I can manage them and really get into them more, rather than get to this one, get to this one, get to this one. So
Yeah, you got a good spot there. You could definitely put 10 hives there easily.
Very
So
easily.
you picked out a good area there. Gets the morning sun and gets some shade late afternoon. So you picked a good spot.
Yeah, I try.
Yeah, I mean, you could be like this fella down here below me, JW. He says he just wants 10. Next thing I know, he's got like 50, 60. He's probably at 80 right now, I'll be honest with you. What's up, JW?
Good morning.
Good morning.
That boy could take after me. We're about the same age, looks like.
Y'all are close. Y'all are close.
Yep. A bunch of young fellers.
About the same age. Huh? You're not going to say anything, are you?
No, I don't want to comment on that.
He's been very respectful. He's a very good kid. So
yeah, good deal.
What's going on in your bead yard there, JW?
Well, activities picking up a little bit.
Okay.
I did a yard yesterday and just about done me in. I broke everything down, apron guarded it, pulled the last of my honey off of one yard, probably got maybe 300 pounds, left on it that I hadn't pulled yet. And I've still got the other yard. I figure I've got probably 400 or 5 maybe on it. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm apron guarding everything. And I've got a few, opened everything up 100%. And I've got a few, I've got a little bit, but not nearly as bad as I had during the heat. See, we were high here today of like 73, 74. It's 67 right now, and the humidity is 87. So that's kind of hard on the treatments, but I think I'm gonna be all right. So I started feeding my what I call starter hives, my young stuff. It's splits from this summer, some that I started from other stuff, and I had a couple, 3 late fall swarms that I've been. Swarms are in trouble with the old man now. I got me a 60-foot high lift, so they got to get pretty high and pretty rough terrain. If I can get to them, I'll get them back. So if there's swarm inside, I've got them. I'll nail them.
So can you go through a little bit about Apigard and how you applied it to your colonies, JW? So for people that maybe
it's cooled down. I give them 50 grams. I had two hives that I didn't think was stout enough for 50 grams. I only give them 30. I kind of use my own judgment. If people's worried about how to dispense that stuff or how to if you buy a veterinary syringe that's 50 milligram, and I think they're all the same. 50 milligrams in a veterinary syringe is the same as 50 grams, and I weighed it out to see. In 35 grams for a half dose is 35 in a.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Sorry.
He's back.
No big deal. If you
Go
heard
ahead,
what I was saying, but a 50 milliliter syringe, veterinary syringe, you can suck that Apigard up in it and dispense it without handling it. Because now it will it will irritate. It won't. I don't think it's necessarily harmful if you just bathe in it, but it will irritate your skin.
Yeah.
And I got some on my lips. I think it was last year, and like all my outer epidermis skin come off my lips. So
Oh
you
God.
want to
So
use.
it don't make good chapstick.
Yeah, no, you don't
Important
want to use
safety
it for
tip.
that. But other than that, I've had I try to rotate my stuff. I use a little bit of everything, including I still get a pretty good knockdown from Apivar,
Hmm.
and I still use it once every 2 years. But I use Apigard, I use Formic. Of course, I use a lot of oxalic acid, but I try to rotate all my treatments, and I'm knocking on wood here. I haven't had uh, too many mite problems. So, but that's the protocol that I use, for the Apigard.
So Dodd's got a question for you, JW. He said, "What does it taste like?"
Well, it tastes like thymol. If you know what thymol tastes like, it tastes like thymol. I can tell you that. I've had it in my
Does it taste
I've
like
had it in
bathwater?
I've had it in my mouth too. So God, it's nasty. It
You,
tastes
you
like thymol. If you know what, it's derived from a garden herb. Thyme is what it's made from. But it's I don't say it's harmful. I say it's offensive to your body. It'll dry. It's a dehydrating agent for a person. I'm going to say it'll
well,
dry.
that must be why you old timers live so long. You try all these chemicals out, and it's in your bodies. It makes you last
I'll
longer.
tell you what. That's the trouble with it. A lot of us that haven't lived what I call full-term lifespans, is because of the farm chemicals. When they came out, heck, we'd stir it with our hands and didn't know what a pair of rubber gloves or anything like that was, and didn't think it was offensive. But I'm a firm believer that that's what's destroyed a lot of our wildlife and a lot of our insects. I've seen two monarch butterflies this year. We used to, Lord, especially when they started migrating, which is about now, you'd see them by the thousands, but they're not here anymore. And a lot of our birds and insects, that's they're just not here anymore. And I think it's the farm chemicals. And they spray, the little quail and the little turkeys. They spray for insecticides on all these field crops, and I think that knocks, no feed for the babies when they hatch out.
Hmm.
That's just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm just giving you my opinion. What do you
Your
think,
two
Jay? You agree? You disagree?
I
Agree
agree.
to agree to disagree?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jace is
Well,
he's
we're,
in
we're,
a agricultural area down there. He had soybeans right across the road from his where his house is, and when I looked on um, Google Earth, it had I think it was a wheat field when they took the pictures. We saw lots of crops down there, a lot of corn, soybeans, all kinds of stuff down there. It's kind of south of Raleigh, way outside of Raleigh, so he's in some agricultural areas.
yeah, a lot of corn.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So let me ask you something, JW, and the guys in the chat. I've got some photos of the goldenrod blooming up here, which is very unusual. And but I got a picture of this one vine. I don't know what it is. I've tried to look it up. Maybe you guys can help me out identifying it. But before I start, JW, is the goldenrod blooming in your area? Has it started
Just
yet?
starting. See, there's about 3 species in our area of goldenrod.
Okay.
So I mean, the big old main one that everybody talks about it hasn't started blooming yet, but we got an earlier. I've got that all wrote down someplace. Don't ask me to tell you the different species offhand, but there's 3 different species of goldenrod in my area.
Okay.
So,
Well, I do know that I think in North Carolina there's only like 2 that actually produces any honey, and I have a feeling that I don't have the right variety here. But
this
anyway,
old big stuff in my area doesn't produce. It doesn't make nectar. It'll make pollen.
right.
They're not getting any nectar flow from it. I will say that. That's as far as I'm going to go with my.
Here's what's going on in my area. You can see that's got a little bloom on it already.
Mm-hmm.
And then most of it looks like this photo right here.
That's the old bit. That doesn't have any nectar value, in my opinion.
Well, that's the one I have the most of.
Yeah.
And you can see the field behind the house. Let's see. No, that is the yellow wing stem there.
Yep.
Looks like a wing stem.
Yeah. And then we have the purple ironweed, which is very unusual for us, that the blooms have already faded on the purple ironweed, and it is blooming again for a second time. And I've never seen it do that before. Yeah. But this little vine right here is what the bees are on the most. And maybe you folks in the chat can help me out. Let me know what that is. It's running on everything right now.
Oh, it's hard. Okay. I'll leave that up just a second.
Yeah. Keith, do you know? Do you have this down there?
I was looking at my phone. I took some pictures of some stuff the other day that looks like that. And it said it was a type of clematis.
Really? Clematis? Type of clematis?
Yeah.
I was going to say
that's going to be hard for this hillbilly to pronounce for me. I'll be honest with you. So you got to come up with a better name.
Yeah, that looks like. I was looking at my picture here. That looks very similar to what I took a picture of. I've got one little sprout of it hanging in a tree.
Yeah.
Let's see if it'll fits.
My identifier, I took a picture of. I'm cheating on you. I'll give you the old Tom Sauceman treatment. I'm cheating on you. It's known as woodbine or Italian clematis, devil's darning needles. It's called woodbine in my area, but I don't have a lot of it. But that's what it is.
Okay.
And that's not from my personal knowledge. That's from an app that I got on my phone too. It's woodbine is what they call it in this Virginia.
There, Clay says it's a clematis.
Yeah, he was saying, and I think Nancy called, and we call it Japanese knotweed, but I don't know if that's the correct term or not. But Nancy called it something else.
So that's what y'all call knotweed.
That's what I call Japanese knotweed.
But okay.
She called it Jap honeysuckle. Very invasive, she says.
No offense, Nancy, but I'm gonna test you on that. I don't think it's that's what it is.
So we call it Japanese knotweed. That's what the old timers up here call it, because when you're using your sling blade and you're going back and forth, it grabs it and you're like dragging a whole bunch of it.
They call it, the old timers here call it woodbine. That's what it is. It's the scientific name is Virginia clematis virginiana. Virgin's Bower or Woodbine, or there's different names. That's what I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, if anybody wants to send me any information on it, I'd love to read up about it. And we usually don't. We have a little bit of it, but it's covered everything this year. I mean, absolutely everything.
Yeah. You just have to think what you think, Nancy, but I'm going to disagree with you.
And it's okay to disagree with people, and that's why I'm asking, because I don't know.
Yeah.
And I want to know. I want to learn something, and that's the good thing about our chats is let's learn something together. So
it's got probably various names in different parts of the country. They may be the same, be the same thing, but it's.
So you've got a whole lot of that, Ricky.
Yeah, I've got a whole lot. Yeah, like I said, it is everywhere. I wish I had.
That's good.
Yeah, and that's what the bees are bringing in right now, and that's what I think a lot of that clear honey that's coming in is from that and the that yellow wing stem right now.
Have you tasted the honey?
I still have not, and I meant to do it when we was down there at Jayce's. I was going to poke that
Stick
nuke.
a hive tool in it.
Yeah, let's try a little bit of it. We never did. We was doing so many different things at one time. I mean, we even marked Jayce's queen there also when we was there. So it's got a pretty little blue dot on it. So we was just into everything.
Hope posted there. Hope Sadler posted. That's what it is. Virgin Bower. It's a wild clematis. That's what it is.
Yeah, the biggest thing we have around here is crepe myrtles.
Yeah.
It's very pretty though. It's blooming strongly here still. I don't know about y'all, but I even planted some at my farm, some crepe myrtle. I don't know if I ever, as Greg Burns says, I'll ever live to sit in the shade of it. But of course, it's just a bush anyway. But when you get my age, you don't plant too many trees that you get to sit in the shade of. You're not real careful.
Well, we've got about 10 beekeepers here and about 15 different answers. So we're.
Yeah, I see that. That's typical, isn't it?
Yeah, Jason, that's what we call is knotweed.
Yeah, that's no.
Gosh, you guys are putting all kinds of stuff on here. Oh, we're not famous people, are we? JW there is. That's the man right there. Hey, Jayce, when you get to the Nobby, that's the man to get the autograph from right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
You'll have to witness my ex because I don't know how to write. So when I make my X, you can put JW beside it. How'll that be?
Make them sign all my frames.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a celebrity by any means. I'm just an old mean old man. Yeah.
That's the way it is, JW. You get the older you get, the more cranky you get. Ain't that right?
Yeah. I use that for an excuse anyway. Good thing about it is people overlook you when you get older. You can get away with. You can get a. You'd insult somebody back in my day and they'd punch you in the nose. Now I can insult them. They'll laugh at me and say, well, he just senile. Well, that's good. But I'm very tired. I overdone it yesterday. I broke down, went through, and I pulled honey supers and added boxes and give them room. I didn't get in till dark last night, and the old man I was so sore this morning I couldn't hardly get out of bed. I can tell you that. I changed clothes 3 times, and it was high was 70 degrees, so I was going through the act pretty stoutly.
Well, there's one of the things that I mentioned on the front of this stream. And I was going to get some people's opinion about it. We talked a little bit about this on Friday night, but we just had the hurricane come by North Carolina. That's Aaron as it went by. Did you get any rain from that, Keith?
No, it's missed us so far. There was a band went through west of here an hour or so ago. They got some heavy rain, but we hadn't got any.
Okay. Well, the reason I asked this is, we're having honey flow in August, and this has never happened before that I know of in their area. And I got to talking to my uncle, and he said that he went out and fed his deer in the woods, and where the trees had been basically just mowed down or logged out, or when that Hurricane Helene come through, it opened the canopy here. And what it's done is the forest floor this time of year gets really dry, and there's usually nothing growing. It is absolutely covered with flowers right now. So even during a bad time like a hurricane, they can be good things happen. And that's what I think is really cool right now is, I may get a honey flavor that I may never get again, because we've got flowers in the woods that are blooming that maybe normally don't bloom, or just a lot of blooms that the bees are on. So what does the people in the chat think about that? What do you think, JW?
Possible. When the woods open up, when they open up the woods in our country, about all you get underneath it is bush honeysuckle and autumn olive. Because the birds scatter that, them little red berries. I guess you all know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. The autumn olives, especially, it's just taken our country. When I was a young man, they brought in the, oh goodness, senior moment. Let me think a minute. I'll tell you what it was. Anyway, it took our country. They said it made you could make your own fence rows with it. Was the and it has a reverse. Well, my mind went blank. It's the name of it, and I know as well as I know my own. But like I said, when you get old, you forget stuff, and you can't think of stuff when you want to. So I'll tell you.
So, what do you think about that, Keith? Do you think that's a possibility that the flow that I'm seeing right now may be due to Hurricane Helene with all that damage?
Yeah, I think it's very well possible.
Yeah,
definitely that was a unusual storm. I mean, you usually don't have hurricanes in the mountains. That don't happen. And now you've got a flow that you don't usually have in the mountains. So those two things go together pretty good. I mean, Mother Nature, it's funny how, a hurricane will bring something good. That's just like some of the plants, they won't propagate unless there's a forest fire.
Yeah.
They have to be hot before the seeds will pop.
That's right.
So yeah, Mother Nature, sometimes it takes some brutal actions for things to work like they're supposed to. I know when I had some North Carolina wildlife people out here looking at our land, and they were big into me knocking some trees down to make holes in the canopy in the forest to get more sunlight in the areas. So exactly what you're seeing would happen here. Get sunlight into the into areas where sunlight don't usually hit. So yeah, I think that was another reason. I think you probably be good to get some of that honey off of there, and so maybe you could separate it a little bit into the whatever this is. You might want to taste it and make sure it's good before you you do that, because we know there's some pretty flowers out there that make some nasty honey. So
yeah, some of it tastes like thymol. Charlie got me covered. It's multiflora rose is what I was trying to say.
He get it.
Yeah, you don't want to go to a whole lot of trouble to make nasty honey.
Yeah.
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 What do you think about that, Jayce? Do you think that's a possibility? That's why I'm getting a good flow right now?
I do think that's a possibility because, I guess if something's shaded for a long time, it can't get the sunlight from it. And so things just more, I don't know if it was something different or just more flowers started blooming than usual. But, yeah, I think it's definitely a possibility for sure.
I've still got some flow coming from something. I guess part of it's probably soybeans. We got a lot of soybeans around us. I haven't walked out in the field to see if they're working or not, but my bees seem happy, and you can kind of tell whether there's a flow or not by the amount of bees that's coming and going. One of my mentors is Fred Dunn. He's one of the few guys older than me. He says that you can count the bees. If you can't count the bees as they come and go, uh, uh, that you still got a flow on of some kind. And I think I pretty much agree with him, and I don't agree with a lot of people. I try not to, but I think he's correct there.
Yeah, I saw. I didn't have a whole lot of, or I didn't have any bee work to do here at my house today. So I got to do some regular chores, but I still ended up playing with the honeybees because I was cleaning the gutters out up at my shop.
Yeah,
And the gutters were just plumb full of bees.
Yeah, they just like
I love that old nasty algae. I call it flavored water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely flavors.
They've got this creek down here, just pretty as it can be, with some nice clear water. But no, they want to be up in the gutters with the good stuff.
That's what the bees do. They get the minerals out of it.
Yeah, they know what they need.
Yeah.
Just like your dog will go over and loves water out of a mud hole. So, but yeah, the bees were thick up in the gutters. I didn't get stung though. They were nice. So I appreciated that.
Well, I had one hive yesterday when I was working. They didn't like me, but I probably don't dress properly for bee work. I'm a little bit stupid. I don't. I get most of my stings on my hands because I never wear gloves. I can't stand gloves of any kind and don't wear them. So I'd rather be stung than have sweaty hands. So I just don't wear gloves. So they tell me a couple things I'd like to ask our chat folks. Does anybody try the Apis tactical bee suits? They advertise on the Facebook and YouTube. You see their ad that says it's supposed to be cool. If there's a cool bee suit, I don't know. I think that's kind of an oxymoron. Cool and bee suit don't go together, but of any kind. I just wonder if anybody's had an Apis tactical or has got or had an Apis tactical jacket. I just was curious as if it was typical advertising jargon. John Hill, and I think he quit them, came up with a jacket 2 or 3 years ago. They were made in India, and they're a little bit on the light side. You get stung to them every once in a while, like on the arm or something. It was a yellow suit, but I don't think he keeps them. And I wore 2 of those out. But they was light enough that I would actually wear them. Other than that, well, I don't. I can tell you Tom, I can tell you how to make them suits last longer. Just leave them hanging on the hook on the wall. They don't wear out bad that way. That's what I would do with mine. I've got 2 or 3 that I've had for, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years.
I've got to say, every suit I've ever had, JW, has been hot, and the suit I like the best is my Guardian. I really like my Guardian bee apparel suit. It's nice. It's I've had it for probably 3 years now, but it's not cool. I'd like to know if somebody's making a really suit that's really cool. I'd be all over that. I'd love to have one of those.
Well, the coolest one I ever had on was that yellow one that John Hill sold for 3 or 4 years, but I think he quit selling them because I don't see him on his website anymore. So I'd buy another one of those. I've got if you're hearing the racket, that's a helicopter. That's one of them live flights. It goes the where they park it is just about 2 blocks from where I'm at here. They take off. They come right over my house time and time again. It's really pleasant when you're a light sleeper, and they do that about 3 o'clock in the morning. That's a light flight helicopter. If you guys could hear it coming in on me. Just went over.
So before I ask Charlie about bee suits, I'm gonna get Amber to draw for a shirt. If you're coming to the expo, we can get you one there. If not, we'll get your address. So if you want to do hashtag Amber, if you want to beg, I don't care, whatever you want to do. If you want to put it in the chat tonight, she will pick a name for a free shirt. And so far, let's see who I got on here. I've got Peter Morse, Hope Sandler, Jan, and Jack and Dayton have all won shirts. So if you'd like a shirt, just put Amber's name down or beg or whatever you want to do. Go right ahead. And when we get done here, we'll ask Charlie's opinion on bee suits. So
He's going to say Foxhound. He's got them. I don't know what he's got because I've seen him in it. I've got one of them too. But they're hot also.
They're all hot.
Yeah.
So
I think my suits last longer if I don't wash them very much. It's like they're propolized. They
yeah.
If
I wash them, they might just fall apart. So
that's true. I mean, I do the same thing. Mine's always the worst on the belly because that's where I do most of my work at. So that's the biggest part of me is my belly anymore. So that's where I get the dirtiest. All right, Jace. How about you?
It's a nice ledge, right, JW?
Yeah.
Who did you pick? Oh, okay.
Banner says he's got.
All right. She has picked a name. She picked the No Life Beekeeper, James Noel.
That's not fair. That's illegal.
Yeah, see? Blame Amber. She's the one that did it. Look, she's running away.
She's running. I see her going through the door, out the door.
Yeah, so what James, Hope wrote down there is totally true. Ventilated doesn't matter unless a breeze is blowing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I've had my bee suit on and jumped on my little Honda and had to run somewhere, and you go flying on your little. It feels great. Lots of air blow through it, but I usually ain't going that fast in my bee yard between hives. So, yeah.
Yeah, congratulations, James. You got the prize for the night.
Hey, Amber, Gary said you're on his naughty list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've had, as far as the suits go, I've had Provent from Man Lake. I've had, what's the one that you have, Ricky?
Guardian.
I've had Guardian. And originally had a suit from Brushy Mountain, but that was a canvas suit, I guess you'd call it.
I'm not sure Bob Benny's not correct on those though. If I put on a pair of bee pants, because I wear shorts about 99% in the summertime, they really.
Well, I'll tell you, I've been helping a friend of mine. I was at the right place at the right time, and I was able to get him some hives for free for the guy because he was sick, I'll say. And when you move bees at night, I learned why the pros wear full body suits. Let me tell you, I had my socks stapled so bad, my feet hurt for 2-3 days. And all that stuff. But I like my Foxhound. What is it called? Foxhound bee suit. Mm-hmm. I like the way the pockets are kind of laid out and stuff like that. And as far as bee suits go, I always wear a jacket, but I am going to buy myself a full bee suit.
Oh,
really? Why's that?
Lately, when I buy my jeans, Used to be you had regular quarter or
Yeah, they were thicker.
denim. They were real denim jeans.
Yeah.
And now they got this stretchy material in there
Mhm.
and they cling, and the darn bees, they,
When you get sweaty, they go right through it.
well, they cling to your legs or whatever, and the darn bees will sting you through the darn pants. Why are we all centered?
I was letting you make that point because I believe, like you say, the jeans get thinner and thinner, and them stings will get through there now. It don't feel good.
Well, these pants you can pull the material and it's stretchy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't we make just pure denim jeans that you kind of have to stretch and break in? And buy Levi's, Clay. I don't know whether or not.
Buy Wranglers.
I always like Wranglers better than Levi's. But when you go to the Fat Boys store, they don't have Wranglers. They don't have them my size. I guess I'm going to have to.
Mount Vernon tent and awnings where I get all my clothes. Mount Vernon tent and awnings what I tell people is where I get all my heavy.
Where's it at, JW?
It's a tent and awning manufacturer. You get that made out of that awning material. Get them overalls made out of awning material. That's kind of a joke. I'm being smart aleck.
Yeah. Okay. Now Nancy, she goes around in the bee yard in a skirt. Now, I don't know how she gets along with that.
I don't know either. Wow.
And I've seen it on a video. She's brave.
What about you, Todd?
Scottish beekeepers wear kilts.
Yeah. Todd, you go around in shorts where you're out there in California?
No, I learned my lesson. No, I'll wear Wranglers, and I wear a Comfort Pro jacket, ventilated. It's super light. I mean, it's light as a feather.
No,
I
it's
used
not.
to have
I've got one.
I used to have a date ant ventilated that I swear it weighed 3 pounds.
Yeah,
and,
I've
then,
got one still.
and then I grabbed this Comfort Pro, and it was light as a feather. And I haven't had a problem. The only problem I have had with it is like Charlie's complained about all the jackets, and that's the elastic that goes around your thumb.
Yeah.
So when I went to visit Mom, I had her sew me on an extra thick one on there, and it hasn't broke yet. It's been like 2 years. She keeps asking me about it. Do you need to have your bee jacket fixed? I said, no, Mom, I'm all right.
What is the super suit from Bee Supply?
Yeah, Chris, give us some info on that. What's going on with this super suit?
What brand? I'm not heard of.
Oh, that's the one from down in Texas. They've got what is it? Oh, Cayman's got one. He brags on them too. Chris, you have to enlighten us as to the brand, but I know Cayman's got one that he brags on. But that Comfort Pro, I've got one. That's what I had on yesterday. It's not as light as what this one I was talking about.
Back to the foxhound there, like around the wristlets, you got the elastic, but then you also have the band with the Velcro, and you can cinch that up, and then you don't have to undo it, and you can get your hand in and out, and the thumb loop is real wide and heavy. I like I say, that suit, I find it's well made. Now, the only problem I have with all these ventilated suits is that I got those telly covers that have the tin on it, and there's always a little sharp edge someplace, and it always grabs my arm, and after a while, it'll rip the outer shell. And that's what's the problem with my foxhound right now. It's the outer shell is ripped. I'm going to get another one. So I don't know. My young guy that I mentor, he buys his stuff off of Amazon. I mean, if you look at it, it seems like they're all made overseas anyway, and they're $50-$60 cheaper.
As far as the stings in the jeans, that doesn't hurt as bad as getting stung right on the tip of the finger. I can't stand that. I mean, I'll take stings all day in the legs, but on my fingertips, no.
That's why I have gloves.
I got one yesterday right on the end of the nose. That's the first time ever I think I got stung right dead center on the end of my nose.
Well, those I got a beekeeper here. He's on my chat. He's couple hours from me. I was talking to him about them Apis tactical gloves, and it's got that mesh on the backside of your hand. He said, I thought they were great, but after a while, them darn bees figured it out. They back your butts right down in between the mesh and get it.
Ouch.
And then what I kept looking at them because I thought about buying a pair of them. And I says, where's the wristlets, And it's just like, to me, you're supposed to wrap your suit sleeve around them and all that stuff. And I don't like the design of them. I just never bought them.
This has been funny there, boys. She made fun of me. I got stung in the ear last year when I went in my ear. I have a tendency not to be the most conventional, wear the most conventional bee equipment. Most of my time is, if I wear one at all, is a veil and a t-shirt and shorts.
I remember one time I got stung right there on the face, and it was the worst sting I've ever encountered. It burned for like the whole day.
Yeah, I don't like being stung in the face. That does not feel good. I don't care where it's at. It does not feel good.
That's what I like about beekeeping. I hate bees and I don't like honey, but I love being stung.
And you like eating apigard too.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of you put out a little false information. I said, I've had it in my mouth. I didn't say that I hate it.
Well, maybe that's why the bees don't. Maybe that's why the bees don't sting you. You've been treated.
That's why
You might be right there, Keith.
That's why you're so handsome. You're eating apigard.
Yeah. It'll sure dehydrate your skin. I can tell you that. All my epidermis layer on my lips last year. I got a bunch on my lips.
I had a little on my bottom lip once.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I just want to throw a disclaimer out here. We are not saying to eat apigard. Any of the treatments, do not do that. Just JW over here. That's the only one who can be eating this stuff.
Well, it's
That's
better
an
than
off-label use.
all I can tell you is it's better than Calmaner.
I won't even go there. I won't ask.
Well, you haven't had your.
Has anybody?
I haven't had my dinner yet.
Yeah. Has anybody ever bought any of the Foxhound bee gloves? The gloves they got leather on the bottom, but they got like a screening on the top, and I don't know whether it's screening over the leather or not.
I've had a pair. They were a little stiff, Charlie. The Foxhounds. The best ones that I've found, if they really get bad if I put them on, is the best ones that I've found to date. And they say these Apis tactical ones are really nice. Is the Guardian ones. They're a softer leather, much more flexible. I hate gloves. I don't wear them normally unless I just absolutely have to, unless they're eating my hands up.
Yeah, I like my Guardian gloves. If you go by their size chart, they fit really nice.
Yeah,
They do.
I got the good old fashioned, I forget what they're named, the goat skin gloves with a long wristlets. Well, you can say all that you want there, being honeybees.
Yeah.
But I'm going to wear my damn gloves. That's all there is to it.
I'll tell you why I wear gloves. I don't wear gloves all year round, but in the summer when at a certain time, I'll start putting gloves on, because when I go to reach in those handles, I'll come out with I'll smash black widows. I just don't want anything to do with them. So I put gloves on. And I mean, those things freak me out. I'll jump 10 feet in the air backwards when I see one. So that's why I wear gloves. But other than that, I won't. But if I do, my go-to glove, I'm not kidding you right now, and I'm not getting paid. It's the Comfort Pro glove, because that whole thing from the back of the wrist all the way up, it's all a ventilated material. And so if you wear those regular gloves that are all closed up and stuff, it builds heat up in there after a while. So it really helps to keep, that airflow through there.
Russell, I like my green Foxhound jacket. I like that color too. Olive green.
Oh, man.
Well, let me tell you something. I helped my friend, and I got we were moving 35 hives. Now we're talking 9, 10 o'clock at night. Okay, we finished at 11 o'clock at night, and the daughter had night trail gloves on. She was getting ate up, and he had no gloves on. I said, "What in the world are you people thinking?" I says, "This is not the time of day or time of night to not be wearing gloves." I mean, you guys hammer me about wearing gloves. I said, well, then you better start hammering Ian Steffler and Bob Benny and all the rest of them guys out there. They're all wearing gloves, especially when you're moving bees, because bees are pissy when it comes to moving them.
Yeah, but Charlie, you're top notch. You're better than they are. Come on now.
Not me. I got my gloves on. I had the guy's daughter there. I said, here, I got an extra pair of gloves and a brand new pair. I said, put these on and all. But when they picked up the rest of them hives, I asked him about it. He said, oh, yeah. He said, we had full bee suits in his garage. And he said, everybody got full bee suits, boots, rubber boots, tape, leather gloves, no stings.
You're Tom's hero now, Charlie.
Yeah,
look at that.
No problem. Yeah.
I think the poster child for wearing gloves is if you look at some of Greg Burns's videos after he gets stung about 50 times in his hands and they look like little red nubs. So I think he's just used to it now. That's just normal for him.
He had that one video.
It's just like anything in beekeeping. We all know certain times of the day, weather conditions, and that kind of stuff, and what type of hive you're getting into. All right, I'll go into my cell builder with no gloves on at all. I'll pick up a whole rack of virgin queens and candy cages with the bees all over them, and just go in there real easy and plug one off the rack, take my finger and brush them off and stuff like that. And it's a different group of bees, as far as the type of bee, whether it's, instead of a forager like that or a guard bee and stuff like, I mean, when I'm doing queens and I got to put attendants in, I used to sit there on a comb and the bees are running around and you're trying to find them to get up behind them to grab them by their wings, and some people say, well, yeah, if they happen to have their head down in a hole in one of the holes and you can pick them up that way. Well, I watched Ryan Williamson, who was on my show, and he had a video and I'm like, there's the answer. So he used honey. I had Pro Sweet, which is thick like honey. And I drizzled a line across that inner cover where all them bees were hanging on there. Well, they all bellied up to the bar, just sucking down that Pro Sweet, getting their guts all filled up. You just reach right up behind one. You don't have to chase them. Grab one by between the wings, put them in the cage one after another. And then plus you got a bee there that's got plenty of food in its gut for the queen. So it's, it depends on what you're doing in the bee yard. But I don't like getting stung.
So I got a question for you guys, especially you guys in the chat and everything. How many people seen a black honeybee?
A what?
A black honeybee.
Not that I know of.
Some of my queens are black.
That's a real old shiny one there.
Look at that. So I had a colony that was getting robbed, and this
there's shiny black bees, Ricky.
Yes, sir.
That's called shiny bee black syndrome.
Really?
That ain't no BS. That's what it means.
Mm-hmm.
They are hairless.
Yeah.
That's why they're shiny, and it is a sickness. That's a sick bee.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, these guys were hammering down on this colony. I tell you, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it's something to do, I think, like a parasitic mite syndrome of some sort.
Huh.
I'm not sure whether what's the powder that Benny's putting on? Super microbials.
Yeah.
I think that might take care of that situation. I'm not sure on that.
Well, these guys
DFM.
were robbing this.
There it is.
trying to rob-
Nancy's got it. Bald bee virus.
Yeah, but look at that picture right there. The wings are different.
Yeah.
That's not, to me, that doesn't look like a regular honeybee. The wings on the bee below extend out farther, and they don't have that little hump closer to the thorax.
They almost look wider.
They was like at least half of them were black. I've never seen them like that before.
Yeah, Nancy's got it right. And then she also Super DFM cleans them up.
Now that looks like a honeybee, but that wing's different than that first picture.
Yeah.
Sometimes that'll depend on the camera angle, I think,
True.
too.
True.
You know, the way they show up.
I don't know what I'm not sure what that looks like, Brian.
Yeah, I've
Thought that
never
was
seen
really
that. That's a cool looking bee, actually.
Yeah.
Anybody here use Super DFM at all?
On occasion, I just did. I don't know why I put it on.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. I got a bag of it here. So is it a positive thing that you should do, or does anybody really know?
It's a kind of like a probiotic in people. That's what they, you know, they claim it is. Who knows? Good Lord, maybe. You know, I don't think most of this bee stuff anymore, in my opinion, is like fishing lures. It's made to catch the fisherman and not the fish. And the bee, and the bee. A lot of these.
Yeah.
bees,
What are they? What's the term for that? Not hocus pocus, but
Hook, line, and sinker.
no, it's
I think a lot of it's just people. There's people that. And I'm semi one of them. I'll try something once. I go with the old theory, you know, get me once, your fault, get me twice, second, my fault, you know. So I'll try.
yeah, that German black bee. It's up snake oil. That's it. Via honeybees. I knew it was something.
Snail.
I don't know why I never can remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, the black German bee. There's a next county over. They seem originally there was settlers in that area there that possibly there was some where they brought bees from over there, and there's still a trait of them around, but they're very mean. That's what they tell me. And I think that was something that what's the monk guy's name over in England? Brother Adam. I think he was trying to. They had black bees over there, and they were kind of mean, and he was trying to, I guess you might say, change the genetics through queen rearing to get rid of that problem.
Well, listen, everyone, I got to go cook.
What?
Cook.
Well,
we
have
have
a question.
All right, JW, go ahead.
Where would you be now if you hadn't stopped to answer my question?
I'd probably be sitting right here.
Okay.
Thanks, Todd, for coming on and being with us, brother. We appreciate it.
Good night,
Oh, yeah,
Todd.
you're welcome.
All right, we'll see you.
Good
You
to
guys
see you,
later.
buddy.
So, what do you think about those black bees, Jayce? Have you ever seen anything like that before?
I haven't, and I'm researching it right now actually, and it says something about it might be a European bee, like another type of European bee. But I'm not sure. Never seen them like that before. I mean, I've seen bumblebees that are straight black before, but I've never seen a honeybee like that.
So, Jayce, what is your last name?
So my last name, it sounds and it looks like champagne, like the drink, but it's pronounced champagne.
Oh,
that's
fancy.
even more Louisiana.
Yeah, that's really That's really
Yeah.
Rudy Snooty stuff there. Champagne.
Yeah. Let's hear it again one more time. Give us some of that Wayne.
It's champagne.
Very
Champagne.
cool.
Very cool. So, Jace, tell us a little bit about your mom and dad, if you don't mind. Just give us a little bit about them.
Yeah, so my dad, he was born and raised in Louisiana, in Houma, Louisiana, and my mom, she was in Louisiana, but then she was also in North Carolina, kind of in and out. But they mostly grew up a lot in Louisiana, and so that's just, I guess, just our origin. But yeah, we go visit family, usually like once a year, once every 2 years, sometimes multiple times a year. But yeah, we're just part of the Cajuns, I guess.
So you're a bunch of Cajuns, are you?
Yep.
Yeah, that Homer, Louisiana. I heard that mentioned on that. What was that show? Swamp People, where they hunt alligators.
Yeah.
That's the home of, that's dead center south.
Yeah.
That's way down there where all the coonasses are.
Yeah, very cool.
Coonasses.
And what about your mom? You got what's the history on her?
So she was mainly, I think, North Carolina, because that's where her parents live, and but she would go, but they were in and out Louisiana and North Carolina, but it was probably equal North Carolina and Louisiana, so she's kind of both.
Okay. Awesome. So, you don't have to say nothing if you don't want to, but can you tell us a little bit what's going on with your mom right now? And if you don't want to, don't say nothing, okay? So.
Oh no, it's fine. So 2018, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she had surgery, and it looked pretty good. And then I don't know what year it came back, but it came back, and she's been going through this stage of breast cancer for a few years now. And so she has times where she gets worse, and then times where she gets better. And right now it's one of those times where it's a little worse. And so she's been in the hospital for a little over a week now, but she should be coming home tomorrow, so that's good.
That's good.
And yeah, now when me and Keith went down there, your dad asked us to call him, and he was at the hospital with your mother. And I will say that, your dad said he wanted to be there to shake our hands, to thank us. But it's not just me and Keith. It's this whole chat. It's the whole group. You said you already feel like part of the group. You are part of the group. That's the cool thing about beekeepers. You are part of the group.
Yeah.
And if you need anything, Jace, this group will take care of you, okay?
Okay. Thank y'all so much for all y'all have done. Bees and just even bee companies have just, like I said, beekeeping's just been the nicest and best community I've ever seen and been a part of. So I just want to thank y'all.
Yeah. And you've really done a very smart thing by just, touching out with those vendors. I mean, if you don't ask, you'll never receive, right? Especially being
That's
a young
right.
man, we're going to try to help you out, So that's
Yeah,
the right thing to do.
That was fun. When we got down there, Ricky was in his car, and I jumped out, and I thought I was just going to follow Jayce down to where his hives were, but we jumped in a Jeep Cherokee, and
Yep.
Jayce
And
fired
Jace
it
was
up.
driving.
Jayce driving, and here we went down through the woods, and but yeah, when we get down there and Jayce pops the hatch on the rear, and it's Hilco and Dated and all these boxes in the back that we didn't even know about. He's like, "Oh yeah, I sent them emails, and they sent me all this stuff." So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. You showed some initiative there. That's a good thing.
Yep. And I mean, I wasn't even expecting them to get back out to me. And then, like, the first words were just, sure. And yeah, we can do that for you. And I was like, well, dang. I mean, that was pretty easy. But
that's awesome.
But yeah, the whole beekeeping thing has just been more than a hobby, I guess. But it's just been the nicest people ever.
And your dad reaching out to us and talking to us, I appreciate him doing that. He didn't have to let us know what's going on, but it was nice to talk to him on the phone. And I think they're raising a pretty good boy, and I'd say about everybody on the chat agrees with that.
Now we did notice some woodworking equipment in the barn. Now who's
Yeah,
who's the woodworker?
Yeah.
That's my brother. He's been doing woodworking since early teens, and now he's in his 20s. So yeah, that's his job, and he likes doing it. So, but yeah, he's been doing it for a while, and I don't know. I guess he just has a talent for woodworking.
Okay. Very good.
So what does he build exactly? Because I'm like, my mind's exploding. I'm like, oh, we could do this, this, and this, So yeah.
So he mainly builds tables, but he can do just about anything. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool what he can build and all of it.
And if you guys don't know, that's Jace's dad right there.
Oh.
That made that comment right there. So we do appreciate you, sir. You got a good young man there. I was very impressed. He's very intelligent. He's so intelligent. I've told my daughter I'm going to try to hook him up. So, Jayce, if you would need a girlfriend, I got a young daughter here. So, yeah.
Might be a little too early for that.
Okay, I understand, but I'm just, I'm trying to set her up for a future with, somebody that likes beekeeping. It's good for me.
Older women are always good, better.
Yeah.
I need a job.
That'd be a long drive.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And long drive for a date. Would it be, Keith? You think?
Yeah, from where Jayce is all the way up to where Ricky is at.
Basically in that Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah.
So Jay, have you found out whether you're going to Nobby as far as the Young Beekeepers Grant?
So I haven't found out yet if they have, I guess, what do you call it? Asked me, or not really asked me, just I guess what's the word? Accepted my.
They gotta.
Yeah, but they should be doing that.
Again.
They should be doing that in September, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's getting close. I know. And just so y'all know, Chris is going to be on the channel coming up next weekend. I will touch base with him and have him on the chat. So
don't blame all that on me now, Todd.
A woman with a driver's license.
Yeah,
Chris up with 2 or 3 different wife prospects, but he
Jay, you've already applied, right? Didn't you already submit your application? That's what I thought.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I applied, I think late July. So
yeah, I think right you said you did a video and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think it was you had to do a 3 to 5 minute video about how'd you get into beekeeping, what do you want to see from beekeeping, and what you're expecting from beekeeping, and what you want to learn at Nobby, and just a whole bunch of stuff. And you got to keep it in 3 to 5 minutes. And so I was right in the middle, right about 4 minutes.
Awesome.
All I have to say to Chris Medeiros is, I think if this young man doesn't get a spot, you're going to have a lot of chatters upset with you guys.
Yeah. What she said.
Melissa's putting the smack down, Chris. Smack down. So we're a little biased on a certain individual over here. So
hey, I second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
It says he doesn't make the rules. It's all Debbie. But we're gonna blame you.
No, we're definitely blaming Chris.
So Jay, what did you get from those other places?
Yeah, good stuff you got.
So the first place that got back to me was Hilco, and she sent me a smoker from Hilco, and a quick mic check, I think it's called, and then a Randy Oliver mic check, and then Dad Aunt sent me another smoker, and then they sent me. Oh yeah, I have this with me. They sent me a patty holder. It's like a frame that you can put
Oh,
patties
yeah.
in, and you put it in the hive, I guess, for when the bees aren't drinking liquid. So that was pretty cool. And then they gave me this little chart. I brought this with me too, and you can it's a hive inspection sheet. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that was pretty cool. And then the patties, they sent some winter patties. And yeah, and then 21st Bees sent me some frames.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Ricky and Keith let me keep the Pro Nuke, which was pretty awesome, and some honey and a few other things. So yeah, a good little bit of stuff.
It's like Christmas in August.
I know.
I know.
Yeah, we had never seen that patty holder before.
Yeah,
Had y'all
throw
seen
that
that?
back up there.
It's
Yeah,
like
throw it back
a
up.
it's like a frame feeder, but it's made. You just stick the pollen patties or the winter patties or whatever. You just stick it down in that instead of putting it on top.
That's going to
Has
make
anybody
cool.
ever used that?
Didn't even know it existed.
I didn't
I
either.
think they eat through the holes, or they'll just
Yeah.
go down in there and start eating
Yeah.
it or something.
Mhm.
I probably go through the holes and get it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah,
like I
anybody-
did that. I did a video last year. I called it my fondant frame, where I just took a regular frame and put screen wire on it, and put the fondant between the plastic foundation and the screen wire, and then you could stick it down straight into the brood area, like in the winter. And it worked really good. They ate it quickly.
I
So
was like,
that
maybe I
plastic
could
one-
swap that out for the what do you call it? Frame feeder whenever winter comes. But I mean, we'll see. I'm not quite sure yet.
Hey, I wanna make a comment, if I may, an endorsement on this 21st Bees. These heavy, he sent me 10. I got them last week, and I installed half of them in a swarm I had, and they are almost drawn out already. I didn't touch them. All I did was take them out of his shipping box and put them in the half of the 10, and put 5 of them in the hive box, and put the bees in it with 2 drawn frames. I put 2 drawn frames in there with the 5, and 8 frames. They're they've got them almost drawn out already. That's been, I think today was the 5th day.
Were you feeding them?
Of course, FedEx delivered them Sunday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's 4 days. I looked at them this afternoon; they're almost drawn out. I was impressed with that.
Were
So,
you
Jay,
teaching them?
when you go up to Nobby there, Jay, you're driving up, right? Correct.
I believe so. We'll see if I get accepted or not. But yeah, we should be driving.
All right, good. You'll have room to haul stuff.
Hey, Jace, I think that either Sawmill Charlie or JW should buy you a flatbed truck for hauling bees.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that'd be a really good idea.
Now, if you get him a truck, it's got to be a Dodge. I noticed that
Oh,
somebody
God.
down,
whoa.
You'll
Somebody down-
never get there with that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, somebody down Jace's way
Transmission
is,
will fall out of it.
they like their Dodges down there, don't they, Jace?
So
Oh yeah,
No,
my
buddy,
dad's
hold
one
on.
of his
Back
favorite
it up.
fans.
You gotta have to have a super duty, my friend, if
And
you want
all
to get the
these
job
young
done
folks
with
that
reliability.
So we've had discussion about the Nobby dinner, right? And
Oh,
they've
yeah.
been joking about JW signing autographs or Charlie signing autographs, but really, I think we have to have Jayce signing autographs. He'll have to have
Oh, yeah.
his
I don't know
own
about
table.
You better be working on that signature, Jace.
No doubt.
You know what
How
4
is your
stands for?
handwriting?
I'm on the road dead, so I don't know if I'd get a super duty.
Well,
Well, it could be fix or repair daily. I'm a super duty guy.
They're beekeepers. Opinions vary.
that's right.
If Ford don't make them, or our fellow American Japanese folks, why I don't drive them.
No, nothing checking.
So, Melissa, do you guys have any more information on the the party stuff? I know we've talked a little bit about it, but
we're waiting to hear back from Matthew. I guess we've been so busy this week, and I don't think Tom's heard back from Matthew yet this week about
He hasn't got back.
if the space has been officially reserved or not. So
okay.
that's our plan for right now. It's the same place that Matthew Doucette does the Beaks and Brews. It's the signature venue is what it's called. And we're just waiting to hear back from Matthew to get that officially nailed down. And as soon as we hear back from him, I've already got the just like we did tickets last year. They're no charge, but that way we know how many people are coming and all that. I already have that all set up. I have a Facebook event page set up already. As soon as you reserve tickets, you'll get a link to join the Facebook event page. That way, if people want to carpool or make discussion about what they want to bring for dinner, whatever, that can happen on that page. But again,
Yeah, it looks like he looked at it.
all that's ready to go. We're just waiting to hear from Matthew. So no
So
pressure.
do I need to go ahead and send y'all some money, or just wait? We
Just
still
wait. Just wait.
You say you have a website up?
Not a website. I have a
Facebook page.
Facebook. I made an event page on Facebook, but it's private. So only if I send you an invite can you join it. That way, only people who are going to the dinner will be on that group page. So as soon as you reserve tickets, I'll email you the link. Basically, is what'll happen.
So I want to get my ticket now. Go to Via Honeybees or what?
No, I don't have. Well, I haven't published the tickets for sale yet.
Okay.
I just have it. I have the draft. It's ready to go. I'm just.
Uh-oh, shame.
Hey, this is an okay year to wear for my life.
That's like a fine wine year right there, Melissa.
It's like wearing a Ford Edsel shirt.
Hey,
I wasn't planning on being live, okay?
so Chris, I'm going to have to defend her just for 1 second, and you know me, I'll throw her under the bus every day. But
I love you
technically, this was the stepping stone that led to the things beyond. So it really, it's not all bad. You just evolved.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, so tickets aren't available yet. I want to lock down the location first, because the location address will be on the ticketing page. It's all ready to be published. I have it all in the drafts. I just need to hit publish, and then I can start, having people order tickets. Again, the tickets are free. This is going to be the same deal as last year. We have the space available. The rental's been covered. Thank you very much. I don't know if that person wants to be identified or not.
If they do, they can.
Yeah. So the rental space has been covered for this particular space, for this amount, for this space. If people want to donate money we're going to do like appetizer food, like finger foods and maybe some desserts. So if people want to donate money to go towards those, or donate money towards decorations and door prizes, you're more than welcome to. You can send it to my Venmo. But make sure if you send it to my Venmo, put in the memo for the Nabi dinner. That way we know, because we get paid at Honey Markets through Venmo all the time. That way I know that money's coming from somebody on one of the chats.
Make certain
specifically for the Nabi dinner.
I'll pick you up, God, if I'm alive.
He'll be
Not
there.
alive, it won't make any difference.
But my Venmo is, which Ricky, if you want to type it into the comments, you can, because I know it won't let me.
Hey, we're probably premature. We can probably open it.
But
You know
people,
what
Clay was asking. People were asking. Otherwise, I would.
You appointed me treasurer. Tell them to send it to me.
Yeah, send it to JW. I'd rather not handle the money, if I'm being honest.
My Venmo is at Melissa, Melissa, Sostman, Sostman. Oh, here. I don't know if it'll.
Note what it is for.
Ain't working.
I don't know if it'll show up on here or not.
No, just the Venmo so you can see.
Yeah.
We'll get it next week, Melissa.
Yeah. So if no pressure to anybody, just I know some people were asking about it. But that's the plan as of right now.
So Todd Prater and I were thinking like finger foods, something like steak, baked potato,
Crab
maybe
legs.
some grilled asparagus.
I didn't finish. Hold on.
Oh.
No, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, so we're going to do finger foods and desserts and things, but you're more than welcome to bring your own food in. So you can order pizza from Craft House Pizza and bring it to the facility and eat it there. Like that's what we did at Beaks and Brews last year, or whatever your favorite restaurant is. Just that's to keep the price down so we don't have to charge a ticket price is kind of what we're going for. We just want it to be a place where everybody can get together and hang out and chat and chill out.
Oh, Gary Stewart's got a good one too. A nice finger food there. Oh, sign me up for that. How about some king crab?
Let me see. Clay, let me see if I can do a QR code and bring it up. Let me go to a different page.
Hey, people, there's the other end of that spectrum that Jayce is on too. You folks that start sending Jayce all that stuff, I'm on the other end of that spectrum. The old end. Start donating me stuff too.
Well, I will hint that Jayce don't have any
Jayce said you gotta ask for it. I'm
frames.
asking.
So
No, I'm just joking now, people. Don't take me serious because you'll be barking at the moon if you take me serious.
So again, just everybody knows, Jayce doesn't have any supers or any super frames. So if anybody wants to, donate this gentleman some stuff, we'll try to get it to him to go on his new colony. He probably won't need it this year, but definitely next year he will definitely need those things because we're going to make sure his bee yard grows and grows rapidly this year.
Yeah. Jayce, you get yourself to Nobby. We're going to take care of you, buddy. Tell your dad to bring his truck.
I'll have a package for him.
To Paul Hale, most of these people on this chat probably don't know what Geritol is, but I certainly do. Geritol and Hadacol. Cure-all back in the day. You know what Geritol is, Keith? I see you laughing.
Yeah, I know what Geritol is. JW.
Nasty tasting stuff, I can tell you that.
Isn't that for old people?
Yeah, it was back in the day. That was a cure-all.
Mm-hmm.
If you had it, it cured it. A lot of people fell for it. It was kind of like the old traveling salesmen, that we used to go around selling cure-all.
Yeah, Jayce, just tell your dad to drive the tractor and trailer up there. You may end up with a load.
Yeah.
Tell him to bring the semi.
Yeah, bring the stuff up there.
He could probably just take it up there and bobtail up.
All right, Ricky, if you want to share that, you can. There you go, Clay. If you want the QR code, there's the QR code. Just if you're going to send money to that, make sure you put in there Nobby dinner.
Or if you want it for the JW Geritol fund, you can do that too.
Oh, gosh.
Old Geritol and Hadacol.
All right.
Hey, Jayce, do you have 10 frame equipment or 8 frame?
I have a 10 frame.
10? Okay.
Okay, Ricky, I think you have to put it back to the
Have you ever
everybody's screen.
Have you ever tried an Apame hive?
I'm going to be honest, I have no clue what that is.
Okay.
I'll have
I
to do
might
some
be able to
research.
come up with a nail too from a certain source. You know.
Mhm.
So anybody that's got any extra stuff laying around, let's just pile this boy down with a bunch of stuff.
Hmm.
I told
have
Ruth,
to, though.
I told my wife, I was like, you know what? I should have brought him 2 hives. I feel so bad. When I got home, Jayce, I was telling my wife, I was like, I should have given this boy 2 hives. I shouldn't just brought him 1. I should have brought him 2.
Well, I mean,
but
you kind of did. You left the pro nukes. And I had
Well,
frames from 21st bees. So
Yeah.
trust me, you did plenty.
Well, that'll give us a reason to go back down there.
I agree with that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Take him a bag of sugar.
Yeah. I might bring my daughter. Did I say it out loud? Oh. He's like, you're not coming back down here if you bring a girl.
Now, Jay, I'll give you a little tip. These guys may not agree with, but I'm going to put it out there.
I disagree.
Don't try to keep bees long term in those pronix. You can get by with it for maybe
I agree with you
4 to
there.
5 days, but don't try to put them in there to keep them.
Yeah, keep them out of the sun too. They sweat.
I think I got some swarm traps out. So if I catch a swarm, that's probably what I'll put them in.
Yeah. You can do that temporarily, but don't put them in there for very long, especially if you're down there where it gets pretty hot, because they'll get too hot out.
He's picked a really good spot. He's picked a really good spot. I mean, it's getting full sunlight in the morning. Is that right, Jayce? And then in the afternoon, it's getting shade, right?
That's right.
So,
No, that's just my thought on it. I'm not trying to be smart or.
Well, you can try JW, but
No, I agree with JW 100%.
you missed my joke.
and hopefully Grayson will be there at Nobby. He's a really good guy that just started with the YouTube stuff, and you guys may kick off pretty good with each other. So, well, folks, we're going on. Yeah, it'll be fun. We're going to call it there for the night. I appreciate everybody on here. Just remember, I'm going to shoot Chris a message out. He'll be on and next week, and he'll talk a little bit more about the Nobby, and we will maybe learn some new details. We can hammer him a little bit more about Jayce, and if we can't get him out there, I'll tell you what, if they don't help him out, we'll definitely help him out. We're going to get him out there, no matter what. So. But from the Bee Connection, we will say God bless, and we'll see you next Sunday.
See y'all.
See ya.